Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rachak Kodash, the honors of venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Well, peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson. The Lord will be edifying and uplifting to the elect. All right, and on my way to plantation right now, and before I left the house, before I left the crib, I was actually watching a couple of videos and basically staying abreast with what's going on in people's lives. Right, and I thought about something that I said, yo, the depression is here. All right, America is actually physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally depressed. Americans are depressed because they ain't no hope. All right, the video I was watching was going into a lot of Gen Z, so-called Gen Zers, complaining because it looks like their future is going to be tainted. They don't got nothing to look forward to no more. All right, a lot of the so-called boomers, all right, the previous generations and so on and so forth, they're already complaining that, you know, some of them can't retire. Right, they talk about contemplating on pushing back the retirement age. All right, so I believe they said 72 or something like that, or maybe a little bit further. Who knows, right? But people are not happy. All right, a lot of people who voted for so-called DJ Trump, they're not happy. All right, they're complaining. They're saying, man, this whole tariff situation, I kind of understood the idea of it, but the results of it, how it's actually playing out, is actually not good. And we told you this was going to happen because we said the market economy today is not what it used to be back then. So when you go back 15, 20, 30 years ago, maybe a little bit more, right? When you have all these companies shifting, right? 30, 35, 40 years ago, you have a lot of these companies that were shifting from leaving America to go to different countries to do their production over there and then come back and sell it over here. What Trump was trying to do was, if I'm charging you tariffs because you have your companies overseas, if I'm charging you maybe 100% tariff, 200% tariff, 50% tariff, 90%, whatever it is, it was supposed to deter these companies from having their business abroad. They want to have them bring it over here so they can avoid those tariffs, right? But these companies are like, yo, I'm not coming back to America. I left America for a reason, because when things were good in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, right, business was okay. All right, and you can still run a business. Like you have, there were a whole bunch of plants that were in Jersey. All right, I believe, I want to say Irvington, not Irvington. It was a different city in Jersey, and that place is a ghost town. But it used to be booming with industrial stuff going on there every day. All right, you look at Michigan. All right, Michigan was like Motor City. All right, they called Detroit Motor City, man, right? Because they were so involved in the trucking industry, trucks, cars, all kinds of different stuff. They don't do that anymore. Okay, so they go overseas, right? A lot of these companies go overseas, and then what's happening is they're getting everything cheap, and then they bring it over here and sell it to Americans for the regular price or sometimes even higher. Okay, so all these corporations are working together. They're saying, yo, we got AI now, we got all these different things. We're not trying to bring jobs back to America so we could start paying customers when we could just use AI and get it for much cheaper. You see what I'm saying? Like if I could sell, if I create a robot for $10 and sell it for $15 to make a profit, or $20 to make a profit to some of these giant corporations, right? I pay them, they'll pay me $15 for a machine that can do the job of somebody that they could be paying $100,000. If I'm a corporation, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eliminate, all right, the manpower. I'm gonna eliminate so many different things. I eliminate the liability. I eliminate the bottom line. Right? I'm not paying you $100,000 when I can get maybe robots. If they charge $15 per robot, I could buy for $100,000. How many robots can I even get to take over the whole entire company? So just one person's salary can buy a whole bunch of robots that can redo every job that these people are not even doing right. You see? So you think of it logistically, these companies are not coming back. They're not trying to come back. All right? Only for them to be getting hit with all these different rules and regulations here in America that you go to different countries, you got to deal with. Okay? The only companies that they want to stay here is the damn pharmaceutical companies, man, because they got a stake in people's sicknesses and death and so on and so forth. So they ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? The pharmaceutical companies ain't going nowhere. And those are not the companies that people are looking for to say, oh, I got a job here and I work with Johnson & Johnson or with Pfizer. There ain't nobody looking for that. When they say jobs, they're not looking for those kind of jobs. Okay? When they make all these fake ass promises, oh, the changes that we're making is going to bring thousands of jobs. Where they at? Where are thousands of jobs at? People are losing jobs right now. Okay? So clearly there ain't no jobs. Ain't shit going on. All right? So you got a lot of people leaving America. And those who are staying in America, they're going through what is known as the boiling frog method. Okay? They're seeing everything around them burning, right? But they're too stubborn to realize that, yo, now is the time for me to actually do something about this. Because I keep on sitting there waiting for my government to do something, and ain't shit being done but worse and worse and worse. Right? And that's all done by design. Eventually, remember, you own nothing and you'll be happy. That's some crazy ass juxtaposition right there, man. All right? The feeling of not owning something, not having anything, and then having to be happy? Nah, bro. That's counterproductive to everything we've ever known. Right? As a human being, you kind of grow up to know that you have to work hard so you can one day achieve something that you've always wanted. Right? Get a home, you know, get a vehicle that you like that can get you places, right? Get your small little family, whatever the case may be, and you go about your day. You own something. You have ownership to something, okay? And you could build off of that ownership, because naturally men have that mindset, whereas like you have a little something, you could build on it to make it a little bit bigger something, right? You have a vision. Esau's trying to take that vision away from you. He's telling you, F your vision, F what you seeing, F what you thinking. We're going to give you what you think. We're going to give you what you see. We're going to give you how to feel. And you better be happy about it, because if you're not, you suffering from mental health issues. And people like that cannot be accepted in society. We got to do something about them. All right? So, yeah, man, you got, it's going down. All right? We are in the time of sorrows, as Yahushua said. All those signs that we were seeing a few years ago, that was the beginning of sorrows, and we kept saying it. And now we're seeing the sorrows, man. All right, people are broke. All right, dirt broke. They can't make ends meet. They got jobs, but they broke. Like, make that make sense? Because post-COVID, when they started bumping up everything was going up and up and up because the money, the value of the money was going down. People were just living life. Oh, it's just inflation. Oh, it's gonna come back down. Oh, the government, they're doing something about it. Oh, Biden Biden economics, whatever. Let's bring Trump in. Trump is going to change everything. Trump is going to save the day. Let's bring people who are serious in here. Trump is going to work with Doge. They're going to cut all this spending, unnecessary spending. Can you believe they've been paying Social Security to somebody who's been dead 30 years ago? Wow. They tricked you. Okay? They tricked you. Department of what do they call it? Department of something efficiency. Doge, whatever fraudulent bullshit that they came up with, and people believed it, and it lasted for how many months, and then once the deed was done, they had this whole breakup, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, Elon Musk. Nobody really talked about it. It was just like a silent thing. Oh, I'm just no longer working with Elon anymore. He's no longer gonna be in the White House with his son anymore. Oh, that's it. And they're not friends no more. But yet they go to CK, Captain Kirk. They go to his so-called funeral, and they're sitting right next to each other, shaking hands and laughing and giggling. You people, man, you still don't see it. Like, what's his name? George Carlin said years ago. He said it's a big club and you're not in it. All right, it's a big club and you're not in it. None of us are in that club. You don't want to be in that club. Okay, because to be in that club, you got to F over everybody else. All right. You got to be willing to F over everybody else. You want to be a billionaire? You want to have all that billions of dollars? You got to F over a lot of people in order to have those billions. Okay? A lot of people got to be making chump change in order for you to make all that billions of dollars that you're making. And there are a lot of people that are making the chump change is the American people now. Those who kept their trust in Egypt. Those who believe that some way, somehow, this orange guy is going to come in and save the day. What made you think so? Because you just believe in this left-right bullshit. We've been telling you, this is the Lord's doing. For all those people, now you want to cry and ask for help and, oh, is anyone else going through what I'm going through? Is this normal? You answer that question, man. Is this normal to you? Has anything in America ever been normal to you? And now all of a sudden you want to wake up and ask questions, is this normal? It's just the beginning, man. All right? And we were telling you, hey, call Loya Bashim Yashai, man. The Lord said he's not going to make his men liars. Okay? He said what? You shall be justified in thy sayings when thou art judged. All these things that's going on is a testament that, the prophets were here. Let's get that real quick. Because it only gets worse, and the worse it gets, right, the more confirmation, all right, it gives the whole world that, the prophets were here. You got all these people doing videos, all kinds of stupid ass speculations. It's not even biblical what they be saying. They call themselves so-called Christians. The Christians are the dumbest people on the earth, bro. They have the Bible, the greatest book on the earth, and they have no idea what's in it. You have the manual to life, and you don't even know how to use it. Yeah. All right, let's get this real quick. All right, there's no hope for America. It's not going to get better. All right, you're literally on the Titanic as it's sinking right now. Okay, you're on the Titanic as it's sinking right now. It never gets better. That night when the iceberg hit, that night has passed. Okay, that night has passed. So now you're in the hours of the Titanic ship, the Titanic sinking. Okay, that everything went from having a good old time, running around, Rose out here getting her shit tore up, losing her virginity. You promised to a man, but you committed adultery and shit. Jack and Rose. Right? All that shit, being all cute. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. It's over with. All right? It's over with. Okay? What you're seeing is the end of America as you know it. All right? And after this, what happens? You're going to have that war. You're going to have that physical altercation, because that's what it says in 2 Ezra 15. Right? That a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. All right? But he's going to be what? Stealing their goods. You know what I'm saying? Breaking into their homes. Taking whatever they have. What? Because of what? For lack of bread and for great tribulation. So what you're seeing now is a preparation to that. Lack of bread. All right? If there ain't no jobs, ain't no work, ain't no food. Okay? And that's all done by design. If the truckers ain't got no jobs, meaning they ain't bringing no shipment in, ain't no food, man. I keep saying it. Last year you had the whole port shutdown thing that they were talking about, the longshoremen thing, whatever, longshoremen, whatever they call them, right? They had the whole port shutdown thing, and then the companies were like, you know what? Let's extend this shit. Let's extend it. If not, they were shutting down the ports last year. What was it, October, around there? September, October, around this time of the year, they was doing all that shoreman shit. And now we fast forward a year later, and this reality is they don't even got shit to do. Them people that set up the damn the strike, right? When they went on the strike, they had leverage. Now they don't got no leverage because there's nothing for you to come in and work. So there is no jobs. There's no work for you to come and say, hey, what the hell? This light just turned. 2 seconds green light and 2 minutes red light. What the hell? Just run that shit, man. That plays to me. So I hope there's no red light cameras over there, because I just ran that thing. Let me see. Yeah, when I got here it was green, and then it just turned red right on me, and then no. I mean, when I got here it was red, and then it turned green. As soon as I pulled up to the light, it turned green, and then it turned red right away, like 3 seconds later. I'm not stopping. Get this real quick. Right, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33. and verse 33, it says, and when this cometh to pass, and what is the this? All these prophecies, man. The major prophecies that's going to befall everyone on this earth. You got the famines, the pestilences, the wars. Okay, the World War III is going to affect everyone. That's just a given. It's a world war. Okay, you got the pestilences. All right, so you think CV was a problem? Get ready for the next. All right, so all these things are a sign, right? When these things come to pass, lo, it will come. Right? What does it say next? Lo, it will come when they shall know. It says, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. Right? So starting from my elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, people will know that, oh, the prophets were actually here. In fact, the prophets were here indeed. We heard them, and we just discounted them as nothing. Especially you so-called Christians out there. You had time to listen to what the prophets were saying, but no, you want to listen to a nigga called Francisco Dunaman. You want to listen to some nigga who said he had a dream that the world was going to end in September. Like, bro, do you understand the sequence of prophecy? You clearly not, because you're not a prophet. You're not a prophet, so I don't expect you to understand it, but I would expect you to listen to somebody who says is a prophet and brings out prophecies all the time, all right, and tells you the things that's about to happen before they happen. You got niggas saying that the jump shot is the see him. Can you buy and sell with the jump shot? They forgot about that part. It all has to make sense, bro. In order for it to be the word of the Lord, it has to pass the test. You gotta check it all off. You know, check this, check that, check that. Everything gotta be checked off, man. You know, so if it doesn't go through the trials of what the scriptures are saying, and it's not passing the litmus test, it's not gonna work. Okay, sitting around saying that the rapture is coming and September 23rd and 24th and 25th, whatever the fuck. Look, we told you, you ain't going nowhere, ain't no rapture. You say your ass is gonna be right here. You gonna go through Jacob's trouble. The sea hip is coming. The Gestapo is coming, right? The troops are coming. The super robots, the robot army, they're building that right now as we speak. I was watching a documentary yesterday, and I love watching these tech documentaries because it tells you everything you need to know about what they're planning to do, right? It always starts off with we're creating technology to help people. You know, this is going to be working in a healthcare facility, or you could have you could go buy one of these Elon Musk Optimus robots, and that could clean your house and do laundry and fold your clothes. Bro, do you mean to tell me this nigga spent all this time and money to create devices like this just to help people fold clothes? Hey, I don't know how many people actually came up with this. Hey, Elon Musk, we need you to create some robots that can fold our clothes for us, and shit. I mean, hey, that would really be helpful. Who's doing that? Who in their right mind is going around telling this nigga to create this shit, man? They're doing all this because it works in their best interest. This is all part of the robot army. These are the troops of the elites. All right, they're soldiers, they're super soldiers and all that. They're not going to be using people. They're using people right now to set it up, to bring in the actual robots who are going to be taking over, man. They show you that in movies all the time. All right, the robot goes rogue and starts doing things against the will of the person who purchased it, right? The so-called owner of it. Next thing you know, the owner is trying to survive, trying to run away from this shit, and he can't. They show you that in all the movies, man. Robots they go rogue, right? Now they can't be shut down. Even the creators who created them are having a hard time, right? So these movies are based on reality, man. They call it sci-fi, all right, to keep your guard down. Oh, it's just sci-fi. But haven't you noticed lately? I mean, there's a man on this earth right now who got an antenna popping up out of his head. That ain't sci-fi enough for you? Like, this shit is crazy. This shit is like, yo, America, man, this place is done. All right? So you're seeing the remnants of the atrocities that's been caused here in America, the deception, the fraud. This is all you gotta reap the benefits of it, man. You're reaping the benefits of the fraud, man. This is it. All right, this is it, man. America's doomed. She's over. It's done. It's over with. All right, we would have healed Babylon, but she will not be healed. She is not healed. It's over with. Okay, but yeah, man, that's pretty much what I was thinking about. It's over with, bro. It's over with, man. Right? If you can't work, if you can't get no jobs, and the jobs that you're on suck, they're not paying you enough. I heard some lady crying. She was saying that it's tough getting paid minimum wage, and she said, what did she say? She said minimum wage is as much as a bag of chips now. I said, damn, you making a bag of chips as minimum wage? Oh man, that's crazy. Like what, $6 six something a month, an hour. If you're making $6 something an hour in today's economy, man, stop. I know people who are making $30 an hour, $32, $33 an hour, and they still can't make it happen. All right, $30 an hour, and they still can't make it happen. And you talking about $6 an hour? What are you gonna do? You don't even exist, bro. Like, it's over with. We just count you out at this point. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the first victims when this shit go down. $6 an hour? The system done failed you and you still in it. $6 an hour. Fuck out of here. You know, but this is the reality, man. This is America. $6 an hour. Like, oh man. Whew. All right? But yeah, man, we in those times, bro. Ezekiel 33 and 33 is happening. All right? And people are gonna realize, oh, those men from Great Millstone were right. Those are the true prophets. They were saying these things was gonna happen. You got one dude who came up to brothers in NY, the main camp, and he was saying, yo, you guys said this was gonna happen. You guys were right. Everything you guys were saying was true. It's right. It's happening. You see, 15, 20 years ago, everything I was saying is all coming to pass, man. And that's how you know who a prophet of the Lord is. We came in the name of the Lord, we spoke in the name of the Lord, and we told you all this is gonna happen through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's what you're seeing now. So if all these things are happening, what makes you think that everything that we said that happens after this is not gonna happen? And that includes ultimately the destruction of America. We ain't said nothing wrong. We're telling you the truth. We're telling you what's coming. We're giving you a heads up of what's to come. The reality of the situation. You could call it hate speech. You can call it anti-Sem. You can call it whatever the hell you want to call it. The fact of the matter is, you can't call it hate. You can't call it not true. You can't say that's not true. You can call it. You can label it whatever you want. You just can't say it's not true. Okay? You cannot say it's not true. You know why? You know why the apostles always say we got 100% truth? Because we know the future. Okay? We understand the sequence of prophecy clearly. Okay? And we know the next big thing that's coming is going to be a complete shutdown of the economy, a complete lockdown of everything. They're going to box everyone in to take that C hip. It's going to be draconian measure after draconian measure after draconian measure after draconian measure. All right? To squeeze the life out of you. And they're going to come down with the hammer and say, if you don't come here and take this thing, where we identify you, then you're no longer part of society, and therefore you're going to be treated as a second-class citizen, otherwise known as a domestic T. And they have places reserved for you. Okay? They have places reserved for you. All right? You want to live in a place where the garbage truck doesn't come in to take away your garbage because you're not a citizen. You're not a first-class citizen. You're not even recognizable. So wherever you want to live at, you can live over there. All right? We're gonna cut you off from society. You know, you want to stay over there, go over there and stay over there. You can't go to the hospital because you're not a citizen. You're a second-class citizen, right? You can't own anything. You can't. Your cars, everything's gonna be taken away from you because they'll come up with some new laws to justify them taking that shit from you. Okay. Scripture says, "What they shall cast them out of their houses, all right, and spoil their goods." Okay. So, hey, man, just remember, man. Remember, we told you this is all going to happen. And it's all unfolding. Just as the prophet said, it will unfold. All right? So, yeah, say goodbye to your precious America, man. Ain't no more beautiful days, man. It's over with. It's done. The beautiful days are over. It's done. All right? So, get ready for America's greatest nightmare. I'm talking about American dream. Nah, this is the nightmare that you just never wanted to happen. Now it's happening. All right? Now it's happening, man. Okay, so get ready. If you're not ready, I don't know what to tell you. But you keep your faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and you have a chance. You have the chance. All right, you have the chance. Okay, you know you're gonna be good. If you keep your faith in the Lord, you know you're gonna be good. Anything else outside of that is over with. All right, it's over with. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it up there, Lord willing, you are edified. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Chakodash. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.